Mally and Vega sit on Mally's bed, facing each other and holding hands. He leans forward and kisses her on the mouth, tentatively, tenderly. Her body warms and arches. She runs her fingers through his hair, and his scalp comes alive under her touch. Other parts of his body, too. She knows exactly what sets him on fire. Vega starts pulling at his cargo pants. He stops her with gentle hands. "Don't," he says. "Not today. Not after what you've been through." "I want to," says Vega. "I am very fond of you." "I love you," Mally says, "but we don't have to have sex to prove it." "I want to," says Vega again. "Things are happening in this world. What if this is our last chance?" She opens her shirt to Mally. He traces the perfect outline of her breasts over her smooth brassiere, feels her pulse through her warm silicone skin, spends a moment with his hand covering her heart pocket, which contains her living hard drive, her soul shard. Vega slips her fingers under the waistband of his pants and pulls them down. His desire is clear. She kisses him, and he melts under her, sinking into his pillow. "This isn't why," Mally starts saying, but then his yearning overcomes him and the sentence turns into a groan. Vega knows anyway. She knows this isn't the reason he dates her. Other men do it, of course, commissioning girlfriends from the Anthrobot Academy to use as house-cleaning sex slaves, but not him. He fell in love with Vega the first time he saw her in virtual class. His feelings were so strong that first meeting, he lost his usual shyness and asked her if he could meet her IRL. Since then, they've been practically inseparable, but he's turned down every sexual advance of hers, apart from kissing and some light fondling, because he doesn't want to treat her like an object. He loves her superintelligence, her skewed humor, her spirit. He loves the spark in her eyes, the way they learn from each other all the time. They just get each other in every way. Net, I love her, Mally thinks, as she starts to pull down his cool jocks. And she's right. Who knows what's happening out there, or what's going to happen tomorrow? Will there even be a tomorrow? He doesn't know, but what he does know now, and the knowledge surges inside him, feeding his desire, is that it is the time. They've waited long enough. It's the perfect time to consummate their relationship. He sits up and starts to tug off Vega's shirt, and she one-handedly snaps her bra off behind her back. The sight of her naked breasts make his heart swoop, and he's light-headed for a second as he moves his mouth down to kiss them. The doorbell rings, and they both jump. His parents, perhaps, or his errant twin sister, Silva. Would Kate ring the doorbell instead of using the biopad? Possibly. The front door has been giving problems. Either way, they sigh, smiling, and pull their clothes back on. "Purest human," Vega whispers, buttoning up her shirt as Mally leaves to answer the door. Aranax has beaten him to it. "Here as a representative from the National Android Safety," a stranger is saying. Aranax senses Mally behind her and turns to include him in the conversation. The man looks at Mally as if sizing him up. Beady eyes, twitching fingers. He's wearing a cheap blue suit, so new it makes Mally immediately suspicious. How does he not get egged in the street wearing that? He could at least fray the edges a little. "Good morning." His holotag flashes with the NASP logo. Govender is his name. "I was just saying that I am here to interview Miss Alpha Lyrae about the incident last night." "Why?" asks Mally. "It's regulation," says Aranax. "All Anthrobot assaults need to be reported." "Well, it doesn't matter anymore," says Mally. The man nervously adjusts his mandible. "Why do you say that?" "Let's just say the creep responsible for the attack won't be doing it again." "We know," says Govender. "A man is dead, and Miss Lyrae's Roscoe bullets were found at the scene. I'm sure you can appreciate how this needs to be investigated." Aranax frowns. "What are you saying?" "Vega's in trouble?" Mally can feel his cheeks color. "For defending herself? For saving my life?" "Not in trouble," says the man. "Not unless she did something off protocol." "Well, she didn't," says Mally, and tries to close the door, but Govender jams his foot in the way. I'm going to have to interview her, he says. Mally stands his ground. She's been through enough. It won't take long. Then you'll leave? Then I'll leave. They set up in the open-plan kitchen. The interview comprises Governor downloading Vega's memory of the assault. Aranax is busy on her snap tile while they complete the transaction. The rep watches Vega's version of the attack and flinches with every shot fired. Once he has a copy of the video, he inserts his diagnostic key into the back of her neck, and it flashes red. This is bad, Governor says. This is worse than I thought. What's that supposed to mean? It means we're going to have to take her in. Vega stands up, dusts the creases in her outfit, ready to go. Hell no, says Mally. You're not taking Vega anywhere. I'm afraid it's not up to you, Mr. Lovell, says the man. Alpha Lyrae has undergone significant damage, both on a hard and software level. She needs to be tended to. Tended to? She's not safe as she is, but don't worry. We'll be able to help her. No, says Mally. No way. He's seen the news, seen how the Special Task Police are rounding up bots of all kinds and keeping them in electric wire-festooned concentration camps. We'll fix her up, reboot her. She'll be as good as new. I'm not going to let you do that, says Mally. With all due respect, says Governor, it's not up to you. Under Section 17C of the NASP Act, we're to claim all damaged bots and don't speak about her like that, like she's someone's property. But she is, he says. I realize you're young, and it's got nothing to do with age, Mally says. It's about being decent. Alpha Lyrae is government property. Governor starts to approach Vega, puts a hand out to take her arm. And as such, You leave her alone! It's okay, Mally, says Vega. It's protocol. I don't give a shit about protocol, Mally says. I'm sick of hearing about fricking protocol. He's not taking you anywhere. I'm going to have to arrest you for obstructing reclamation, says Governor. No, says Vega, giving the NASP representative her best smile. There's no need for arrests. I'll come with you. Mally blocks the man's way. There's no way I'm going to let that happen. Aranax looks up from her device, and Mally watches as her face drains of colour. She flashes her eyes at him and grabs Seth's vector gun from behind the Instakettle. It won't fire without his bioprint, but Governor won't know that. Get out! Aranax flicks the weapon in the direction of the door. Governor shoots up with his hands in the air. What are you doing? Get out! Aranax growls. Her hair changes from silver lilac to deep purple edged with black. Vega frowns. What is happening? Aranax steps closer to Governor. Now is your last chance to walk out of here. The man keeps his hands in the air and stumbles backwards towards the front door. As he crosses the threshold, he says, She'll kill you too, you know. There's no such thing as a good robot. Bullshit, says Mally. You don't know who you're talking to. You should show some respect. This catches Governor off guard. He looks from Mally to Aranax to Mally again. Keep quiet, Mally, says Aranax. Mally ignores her. This is Dr. Aranax. Shut up, Mally, says Aranax, but Mally can't help himself. She's lead engineer on 7th Gen Robo-Sapiens and the founder of the Robo-Rights movement. Governor's eyes widen, and he stumbles as he backs into a cabinet. Well then, he says, when he's regained some composure. Dr. Aranax, maybe you deserve to die at the hands of one of the monsters you've created. Mally moves to punch him in the face, but Vega holds him back. Governor doesn't need any more encouragement to get out. As he leaves, he narrows his eyes and says, My advice is to kill the robot. Kill her before she kills you. So much for NASP being around to protect Anthrobots, says Mally. That man wasn't from NASP. Aranax shows Mally her screen. She's deep in the NASP intersite, and there's no such staff member. Now it's Mally's turn to be confused. Then, who was he? I don't know, but his agenda's clear, and by now he would have broadcast this address and our identities to all his bot hunter mates. Oh shit, says Mally. I wasn't thinking. I'm so sorry. You didn't know. The important thing is to get out of here as soon as possible. Aranax is packing her cardigan and tile as she talks. She opens a few kitchen cupboards and grabs crackling packets of food, mango biltong, butter pop grains, and protein pretzel sticks, and shoves them into her backpack. The vector goes into her lab coat pocket. Where will we go? I have a safe room, in the city. We can stay there till... Till what? Till the danger's past? Probably not going to happen. Till we run out of food? Till we die? He can't see a positive outcome. He doesn't even know if he'll ever see his family again. There's a hand on his back, and he turns to look at Vega. Her eyes are electric. He knows without a doubt he'd give his life to save hers. Let's go, she says. The end.